section.
Okay, so today we're going to do a science experiment on acids and bases. Acids have a low pH. The neutral pH is 7, which is what pure water is at. And then below that, down to 0, is acidic. And above that to 14 is a base. This is a logarithmic scale, which means that the difference between them is a huge jump. So we're going to test some household items, and we are going to test it with two different things. Normally we'd use blue litmus and red litmus paper, but we didn't have any of that at the school. So we do have this pH paper. pH paper shows a range from 1 all the way to 14 for our pHs, but I also made us some cabbage indicator as well, and I've never ever used this, so hopefully it works. This is just a red cabbage boiled. It makes this beautiful purple color of water, and then it should, hopefully, if we've done it right, change color when there's an acid and a base, and it should follow similarly to this. So we're going to start with what we already know is an acid or a base. So we know that lemon juice is an acid, and a pretty good strong acid. And we know that baking soda is a base. So the only problem that we have, oh, that's a lot of baking soda. The only problem that we have is that baking soda is a powder. So we're just going to add in some water, and we will very scientifically stir this up, because I forgot to bring a spoon over here. So we have our acid and our base. We're going to take a piece of our pH paper, and we're going to put this in front, and we're going to stick the end of it into the acid, and when we pull it out, you'll see that it's changed color. And if we line it up here with the color, where you can see that it's at a 0 color for acid. So it's a very strong acid. For our base, I'm going to leave this in front. For our base, we're going to stick this in here, and you're going to see that our baking soda came out on the basic side, and it's like an 8. So we're going to do some other tests here. Everyone's favorite thing right now. Tristan, you wanted to do that? Okay, we don't want to waste it because, you know, we're down to this much. Pearl. Oh, I didn't do the other one. We'll do this afterwards, I think. Okay, so Pearl, Tristan, do you want to do the...
No, you can.
Okay. So we're going to stick this into the Pearl gel. Now, we've got the gel all over it, and you're going to see that it hasn't really changed color. Up here, this is from my baking soda finger before. So I'm just going to see if I can wipe off a little bit of this. And it's in the 6 range, so just slightly acidic. Maybe it's neutral, just off. All right. So you want to pour the soy sauce? We're going to add some water into the antacid here. What do you want to pour? Do you want to squirt out the ketchup?
No, mustard.
Okay, you can squirt out the mustard. So we're going to do the soy sauce. Oh, this might not work. Soy sauce, we're not going to be able to tell. Because, why?
It's dark.
It's already dark, so you can't tell. That's interesting. I've never tested that before.
Unless it is a different type of acid. Water.
So you can pour the milk.
I like it.
You're going to pour the mustard.
Mhm.
So we want just one straight line of mustard.
On
We'll try one straight line of ketchup. Yep. And a
think that's
straight line of plum sauce. This is what we had in our fridge. The ketchup technically expired 2 years ago, so potentially it might just not be good at all. You want me to help you shake that?
Yeah.
Do you want to test the plum sauce?
I want it
This
in
one.
the mouth.
Okay, it is changing color, even underneath its color there. So let's take this out. I'll swap you. Okay. So where did, oh, here. So this one is maybe a 1 for the plum sauce here. Ketchup may not work again because it's dark. But I wonder if I let it go through on one side, if the other side will show us. So arguments could be made that you're seeing the color of the ketchup, but it looks like a 2 to me. Oh, that is a lot of mustard, Keaton, for us only needing to do this. Look at, that's how much mustard we actually needed. All right. Mustard is also acidic. It's about a 3, maybe a 4. Definitely not as acidic, so we'll set that there. To make sure we have our, just a minute, to make sure we have our neutral, we're going to put our water in, and our water should not come out as acidic or basic. So it's coming out at our 7. Yes, Stellan, you can do the milk. And what did you get? Oh, sorry, I didn't even bring you this over for you. So I think milk lines up with?
Like about here or
It's more in the yellow range.
yeah, maybe here, like 4 or 5.
4 or 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Put that down. Tristan, do you want to test this one?
5 or 6.
So that's the antacid. So antacid should be basic in color. So our antacid is actually fairly neutral, which is surprising. So I wonder if that's just because we didn't get it crushed up small enough. All right. So I think we've tested everything. So now, oh, this.
I tested.
Pure sesame oil. Where was I going to put this? No, I don't. You can test it, but you can't pour it because we see how much mustard is here. So we'll put that. That's even like way too much. But yes, you may test it. So this is kind of an oil example.
Oil.
That one's going to make a mess, buddy, so be careful. So that looks like it's staying fairly close to the neutral range right at 7 there. Can you leave that one on the plate, honey? Okay, so now we're going to try with our homemade indicator. So this is our delicious cabbage. So we'll put it into our acid first, and you'll see that it, ooh, look at that! Oh, I'm so impressed. Okay, so it changed to a nice pink color. And then our basic is going to be
Dark.
Ooh, a nice green color.
our green. So to be honest, I don't have the color. I don't have the color indicator out right now, but I do think that it's fairly similar in colors to these. So it's not perfect, but we're gonna line them up afterwards so we can see which one's the most. Yes, you can squeeze. You wanna put it in the milk first? You might have to squeeze it a lot.
Very purple.
It is purple, for sure. What color did we get on this one? Dylan, where's your other one?
Oh, I put it here.
I don't think that's the right one. Let's try again with this one. Oh yeah, you're right. It was fairly neutral. Interesting, because that's not, but this already started out as purple, so purple may be neutral, and then it goes to the blue. So we're gonna let your brothers have a try. I'm not sure we should do this to start. Let's do it into the water first.
Water should be.
So this would be our neutral color, and I think it will be purple, which would make sense. Oh, look at that.
It just disappeared.
No, probably if you put more in, it'll stay purple. Yeah.
It's disappearing.
So this is our neutral. So if we put this in between here, This is gonna be your acidic side and this is your basic side. So we know that this one was on the basic side, so let's put some in there, Kaden.
Let me just blow.
Rainbow.
Yeah, I think we
This one did not do as much as we thought. It was closer to this one, which is so, it is, right? So if we put it in this order.
I really like this pink. Yeah.
I know you like that pink, buddy. It is cool. And that's our baking soda there. So we're kind of keeping behind. Just a minute. Yep, we'll take this over to Dallin. Dallin, do you want to do the Perel?
Sure.
This one, we're not really sure. This is closer to our neutral. Do we need something to stir that up with?
I think we do. Oh, I got a whole one.
It popped.
Just a little bit.
It like
Here's a
popped.
chopstick so that you can
Ooh, yeah.
stir it up a little bit.
I'll use this end. Mash it up. I think it will just stay purple.
So
because it's
it
white.
was fairly neutral when we did it, which makes sense because you don't want to put on anything that's gonna move your fingers, honey. There you go. You don't want to put anything that's too acidic, especially onto your hands, right? So it looks like it's closer in here. Maybe a little bit on the acid side, but not nearly as bad. I don't think we're gonna see a color change there, Tristan, but try it.
Oh, wait.
Little lighter.
Well, that's because it's got more stuff in it. You can try one more squirt, but I don't think we're gonna see much in there. We might have to just look up the pH of soy sauce. And then we'll just put a little bit in here and see if that makes any difference whatsoever. I think because it's a paste, it's not gonna work very well. with a liquid either.
Put it in a cup.
So, Wednesday we're going to have our Google Meet. So if you have suggestions of other things that I should test, if I have them in my house, I will. See you.